Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to make gil with your Grand Company seals. Now, your Grand Company has a lot of items that are useful to sell and also to make a lot of good items that sell pretty well and high depending on your server. That's the disclaimer, each server these items will vary in price depending on how many crafters, gatherers, or battle class or raiders you have on your server. So don't take prices too seriously on my server, which is Gilgamesh. So some of the items that you guys want to focus on are borax, scheelite, petrified logs, Reza Sap, Reza sand, Kasmir Fleece, coke, hardened sap, and glass fibers. So let's first look at borax. So you want to go to your quartermaster here, go into materials. You want to be I think second flame lieutenant, I believe. So borax is 250 Grand Company seals for one. Now borax is used mostly for wood, such as treated camper wood lumber, which is used in a lot of recipes for glamour, such as the Sephiroth weapons, Thornton weapons, Ravana, and Bismarck. They're also used in making high mithril tools, the strongest tools that you can get in Heaven's Ward, which actually can carry you to Stormblood to level 70. Treated camper wood lumber is also used in most housing items. And also borax is used to making ebony lumber, which uses 4-star recipes that use ebony lumber as well. So borax has a lot of different uses. And for most woods, you need at least 9 in order to make them. So let's go into my carpenter here. Let's go look up ebony. So as you can see here, you need 9 borax to make 1 ebony lumber. So let's go into treated camperwood lumber. As you see here, you only need 2. Scheelite, which I think is a little bit more expensive. Yeah, it's 1,500 a piece, so these are a little more expensive, and they're used in making wolf frame ingots. Wolf frame ingots are used to make primal weapons, 2.0 ones like Ramu, Garuda, King Mughal, and Ifrit. They're used in 4 to 3-star housing items, and also are used in the high mithrite tools for Heaven's Ward. So let's go quickly into Blacksmith here. As you can see, you need at least 3 for each weapon. So if we go into the high mithrite stuff here, you only need 1. These are pretty much still relevant, despite the fact that it's Stormblood. These, if melded correctly, can take anybody from 60 to 70 without actually having to replenish their gear every so couple levels. So scheelite is also something you guys want to focus on. Next is the petrified logs. Again, I think these are also a little bit expensive. Yeah, these are also 15, and these will help you make ancient lumber, which is to use 3-star housing items. They're also used in 2.0 primal weapons for glamour, but for carpenter and blacksmith. Mostly it's for like white mages, dragoons, and like archers and bards. They're also a key ingredient in airships and submarine part making. Every time I make my submarine parts, I'm always finding that I need ancient lumber, and of course the market board on my server is a little bit empty, and so sometimes petrified logs can be quite expensive. So if you go into ancient lumber here, as you can see, you only need 1, so that's not really that many. So for every 1,500 Grand Company seals, you can make at least 1 ancient lumber, and usually the ship parts usually would take about say around 9 to make one part, which is good because those things are really expensive. But mostly when housing gets unlocked through either demolishing of people who don't play, or if they add more housing wards, ancient lumber will most likely be more expensive because people are trying to make stuff for their own house or apartment or whatever. Next is Reza Sap. Now Reza Sap is a little bit cheaper. Here it is, that's 250. Now, Reza Sap is usually for making platinum ingots. Platinum ingots are mostly used in Thornton and Coil Glamour, but most importantly, they're used in desynthesis books. These books are used to basically reset your desynthesis level to skill 1 so you can switch between whatever one you guys want. So it's to say you have goldsmith, leatherworker, and weaver, and you kind of like, I kind of want to switch to like blacksmith. You can easily make this book. It only costs 1 Reza Sap. Drop it down to 1, then you can go and start desynthesizing other classes if you so choose to. But mostly people use them for platinum ingots, which are more expensive. Because as you see here, 1 platinum ingot requires you to make use 9 Reza Saps. Now, let's go into the, let's see, authority weapons if we can find them. Alright, so as you see, Thornton weapons need 3 platinum ingots just to make one. So you're going to need around 9, 18, let's see, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You need about 27 Reza Saps just to make 1 Thornton weapon. So that is a lot of sap. That's why they're 250 a piece, and you can get a lot of them with 80,000 Grand Company seals. So, Reza Sand, I think these are also 1,500. Yep. These are mostly to make gold ingots. Gold ingots, again, are used in primal weapon glamours, the high mithrite tools from Heaven's Ward, and selective goldsmith housing items. Now, it's mostly goldsmith actually has the weapons that need gold ingots, such as red mages and the astral globes and the white mage canes, and pretty much that's what the goal is. As you can see here, you need 3 just to make 1 primal weapon. If your server is great on buying glamour, you're definitely going to be able to profit off of the sands. If in a role-playing server like, I don't know, Balmung, whatever, Reza Sand can be quite useful if people want primal weapons, especially 2.0 ones. As for the housing items, such as like chandeliers, we'll use goldsmith, gold ingots, and such like that. And all high mithrite tools from Heaven's Ward also uses gold ingots. So if you have a lot of people still in Heaven's Ward or so, or people who actually know that these items are useful to gain the 70 in Stoneblood, you can actually make quite a nice profit off of that. Kasmir Fleece is next, and again, these are also 1,500. Right here. On my server, they went for a couple thousand, but then again, people started undercutting them really horribly. These are actually more useful in cloth because they are used in cashmere glam items. So just go here to Weaver, go to cashmere, and such items like these are pretty much for glamour purposes. And these can go for quite for a lot of gil, or you can just make the cloth and sell that yourself and sell that instead. But the Kasmir Fleece themselves, if priced correctly, unlike my server, you actually can get quite a lot of gil than that. Next is the old-fashioned coke. And no, not the drug. This coke right here. This is 200 Grand Company seals each. You can get a lot of these. And these are to make dark steel ingots. Dark steel ingots are used in airships and submarine parts. Most of the time you will find a lot of dark steel ingots are necessary to make those parts, and coke is the only way to make them. They sell well in sets of, I would say, 99, or if you want it to go, I think you need 9 coke, so you can probably go like on increments of 9, and they should sell quite well. Hardened Sap is another item that is used, and it's also pretty cheap, 200. These are to make treated spruce lumbers. Again, these are mostly used for submarine and airship parts, most of the time. These on my server are pretty much bare bones on the market board, and usually I would have to either buy them myself because I'm just too lazy to go make them, or I just end up making them myself. But hardened sap can be quite useful, or you can just turn them into treated spruce lumbers and sell them instead. And last but not least is glass fibers. Yes, glass fibers, even though these things are insanely expensive at 7,000, are still relevant. They are used to make luminous fibers to make the ironworks gear. See if I can find it somewhere in the here's somewhere here. These things right here are still relevant. Stormblood, yes, it's still relevant because you can get these in Heaven's Ward, take them straight to level 70, and you don't have to worry about upgrading any piece of gear. I know this by experience because that's what I did. I didn't use any gear from Stormblood to level up. I used my Ironworks gear that I had, and I went to 70. You can easily do that. You don't really have to overmeld to get the same results. You can use this to get to 70. And also, glass fibers that turn into luminous fibers are used in Thornton weapons as well. So let's head back to Blacksmith. As you can see, it takes, each one pretty much takes 3 luminous fibers. No matter which one, it's always going to take 3. These things are still expensive, mostly for glamour, but if you are smart, use them for ironworks, sell the ironworks, and then you're good to go. Alright, so let me go quickly to my submarine belt, and I'll show you guys how many of this stuff that I have sold. Alright, so here I am at the submarine belt. Now, like I said, because I'm on Gilgamesh, things don't really move too quickly. On other servers, they might sell quicker than others, but on mine, it's relatively slow. So, as you can see here, I sold some coke, some resin sand, some scheelite, borax, more coke, and more scheelite. And you can pretty much just, you can see I already sold 1 katana of the round, which is a Thornton weapon, for samurai for 268,000. Let me know in the comments below what's how much these go for on your server. As you can see, I have sold the things I mentioned so far in the past 2 days. Again, they sell fairly slow on my server, but hopefully on yours they can sell pretty fast. I have sold a couple of Thornton weapons over the course of, I would say, a month. And there are great ways to gain experience, especially if people are into glamour and all that stuff. But yeah, as you can see here, they are great to sell in your grand company. If you're not a crafter, you can sell the base materials. If you are a crafter, you can take these items, turn them into the items that I mentioned here, and then make yourself a nice little profit. You also can save your grand company sales on glass fibers. You can get them other ways like the moogle beast tribe, or you can desynth stuff from the Heaven's Ward scrip vendor in idyllshire. You can get the glass fibers there if you don't want to spend over 7,000. And also, as an honorable mention, you can buy artisan tool, weapon tools, gear, and descend them and sell the fieldcraft and mastercraft and materials as well, if you so choose to do so as well. As a little honorable mention, and of course a pro tip for those who didn't know. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you found this useful. Any comments, questions, concerns you have, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'd be more than happy to answer any of your questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy 14 Stormblood content. And also, don't forget to hit that little notification bell next to the subscribe button so you guys do not miss an upload. Because as I've heard, YouTube is not exactly honest with you guys and saying that sometimes videos don't get to certain people because sometimes you don't get notified. So make sure you hit that bell to make sure you get notifications for my videos. So until next time guys, may you forever walk in the light of Lord Bahamut. Take care guys, and good luck.